Yep. Okay. Go.
Will you hand me my screen box?
Now go. Holmes Flats versus Ezekiel Abrigo and Kaylin Quintana, 25-05462. Appearance, please.
Good afternoon, Judge Christopher Asphalt, 53129 on behalf of the plaintiff.
And what's your name?
Ezekiel Abrigo.
Kylan Quintana.
Okay, today was the date scheduled for hearing. This is for non-payment of rent. And my understanding is that you all could not resolve this.
Yes, I'm just a little confused on where they're coming from. I had an accident. This is where it's all stemming from, and I was told not to worry about it. All of a sudden, they threw me legal fees, even though I paid them rent and late fees and everything. And now I've just been incurring late charges on top of late charges on top of late charges. And even when I paid my rent up until August, they took my last rent payment and they paid the legal fees. And now this is how they got us into court, because we apparently are behind. And I have been holding my rent because the last time, like I said, I paid my rent. They took my money and they paid their legal fees and then told us we were behind in rent.
They took your rent and paid legal fees?
Yes. And then they sent me a thing saying that I was still behind.
You're still behind.
400. It's like
confused.
occurring. It's like.
Mr. Asphalt, what's going on?
Judge, I did speak with them, and essentially, as I understand it, is they're just disputing that they are responsible for legal fees. There were legal fees in this case, and I'm 99% sure there was a prior action in June in which they paid on the day of the hearing, and so the case was dismissed. But then shortly after that hearing, their property manager did assess them the legal fees that were incurred when we had to file that lawsuit. So I think their position is that they should not have to pay those legal fees. And my position, of course, is that yes, the fact that we had to pay them, we had to appear for one hearing, and so that's why there were those legal fees.
What legal fees are you talking about?
The ones that were assessed to their ledger on June 24th, which was, I believe, the day of the hearing of a prior case.
In the amount of what?
$220.58.
After we had just paid them $1,000 in our rent, it's a $995. I paid them extra. Like I said, I have my medical paperwork and everything. I was in a serious accident. I almost died. And I asked them for time. I paid them a week later. They told me not to worry about none of this. And I still was getting evicted after this. And I paid them a week later. And then all of a sudden I had, at the end of the month, I had late fees and legal charges that I had to pay for. And I can't afford it. I'm out of work. I'm just now getting my shoulder back in order. I can pay them.
We paid them June rent on the 13th.
Like I can pay them. I have no problem paying my rent. I'm trying to live life.
That is correct, Judge. That she's exactly right. They paid June rent on the 13th, and the hearing was on the 24th. Maybe the hearing. I don't know, Judge, when the hearing exactly was.
We never
but
had
certainly a case was filed in May or June and was dismissed.
A case was filed in May and they had a pretrial?
No, we never had any hearing for that case. We were called and they told us that it was dismissed, that we didn't have to show up.
Do you have some leisure or something? Because I don't know what evidence you're relying on.
What I don't know is exactly.
Do you have a witness here?
Yes. I don't know what the timeline of the previous case was.
I do.
It was dismissed before the pretrial? Yeah. You didn't have a hearing. You didn't even have a pretrial.
That's right.
I mean, yeah, we certainly had to file a complaint, and maybe we had to do service of process.
Your Honor, I was told by the management company that the messages were automated, that they automatically went out. They had no way of stopping the messages from evicting us, even after I pay rent.
I don't know what you mean. What messages are automated? What are you talking about?
The eviction. They said that the eviction process is automated, that they can't stop that. So even if I pay my rent after the 7-day period, the 7-day grace period, 5-day grace period, that I would still get them. They told me not to worry about them, and then all of a sudden tried to charge me with fees for a court case I never went to.
You have proof of the fees that they're being charged of $220.58, looks like from June?
Yes.
Why is that from June?
Because that was the previous case that was filed.
What was that filed? That was in June? Okay, that was the one that was before Judge Buchanan, it was dismissed. And then there's another late fee, it looks like, or a legal fee, $138.
I have every.
Yeah, you'll see 2 legal fees that I removed those from the ledger and added the true and accurate legal fee of $181. The
One
last,
for $147.61, that's for September.
right,
And then
one in
August, $138.90.
Yes, so those 2 were removed from the rent total and added in on 181.25. So
And that's based on what? What is that?
On the
Filing fee
181.
and what?
filing fee, service fees, and statutory attorney fee. Judge, the previous, if you're confirming that the case was dismissed prior to a hearing, I think that the proper court cost would have been the filing fee and the service fees, but not any statutory attorney fees. I think an appearance is necessary for that. I mean, if that's really what the issue is, I can try and confirm exactly what those 211 costs represent. And if it includes a 75 statutory attorney fee, then I agree it should be removed.
But what is their past due amount now?
The past due amount now is $639.
$639, and it sounds like a large portion of that was what they believe was usurped to cover some legal fees.
Yes,
Well,
because the rest of it is late fees that they charged us the legal fees back in June, and it's been occurring late fees ever since because they've looped it into additional rent.
Because we were never obligated or told by a judge that we had to pay these legal fees. And we told them that, let them know that. And so the next time we paid our rent, they decided to take the rent money that we paid them and
Pay
pay
the legal fees
legal fees.
first,
And this is how we got.
which
to
was
court
in
now.
it's in our lease that they allocate all the payments to whatever first and then rent last.
And
It's
by-
in your lease.
Yes,
Yeah, and even by Michigan law, that's
They're going to allocate it to late fees first and then rent last.
yes, and
That's-
any other applicable, that's in my lease is that
we
they
have
pay rent
everything.
last.
We have everything printed off. I went to Walmart yesterday to get photo pictures.
Right,
of it.
it was your responsibility to understand that before you signed the lease. I wouldn't have signed such a lease, but you did.
In this predicament we were in, it's just what I had to do. I was
You
moving
can call
back
your
from the state.
witness. You can have a seat. Who are you calling?
this individual right here.
What's their name?
Alejandra Montilla.
Well, he needs to know your name. He's calling you as a witness. What's her name?
Can you please state your name?
Alejandra Montilla.
You can have a seat, ma'am. I need you to raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
You can have a seat.
What is your position with
So
MLK?
she got to spell her name.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you spell your name for the record, please?
My name is Alejandra, Alejandra, Montilla, Montilla.
Just speak up a little bit, okay? Thank you. You can proceed.
Can you please advise the court or state for the record what your position is at MLK Flats?
And I'm community man.
And are you familiar with the file for the tenants known as Ezekiel Abrigo and Kaylin Quintana?
Yes.
And I'm handing you a document. Oh, you have a copy of it. All right. So is that the ledger for these defendants?
Yes.
And is it accurate to say that currently there's rent retained in the amount of $2,508.63?
Correct.
And that court costs in the amount of $220.18 were assessed to the file?
Correct.
And that currently, the current amount due and owing is $2,728.81.
Correct.
All right, and also to bring your attention to the part of the ledger for June of 2024. Can you tell the court in June of 2024, did the defendants make a payment?
They made the payment on the 13th,
In the amount of how much?
on amount of 1,045.
And after they made that payment, what was their ledger balance?
It was, they was adding the legal fee
Well, just answer that question. After they made the payment, what was their ledger balance?
220, zero at that moment on the 13th.
And then was something else added to the ledger in June after that payment?
Yes, and June 24 was adding, the legal fee,
And what was the legal fee?
220 and 58.
Okay, and that was for a case filed prior to the current one?
Correct.
Okay. I have no further questions, Judge. Do you want the lease, Your Honor?
The ledger, not lease.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The ledger.
Do you have questions for this witness? Okay, what's your last name again, sir?
Abrigo.
Mr. Abrigo, thank you. Mr. Abrigo stated previously that he was told not to worry about anything. Were you the person he spoke to?
No, it was, my assistant.
Your assistant spoke to him when the other case was dismissed? What's your assistant's name?
And,
Is Ann here?
no. She's not.
Okay. She can be excused from the stand.
Can I
Yeah,
have a follow-up question, Judge?
absolutely.
So did you ever tell these defendants that they were not going to be responsible for any court costs?
No, I'm not.
And are you aware of any other people on your staff telling them this?
I'm pretty sure not.
You can't be, that's cause for speculation. You can only tell if
Right.
you know or you don't know.
Exactly. Are you aware of anybody else on your staff claiming that they told them this?
No.
Okay, no further questions, Judge.
So she can be excused from the stand. Any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
You wanted to give some testimony?
Yes, if I may.
Raise your right hand. The other right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give us the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yeah.
Okay, what is it that you want to share as to why you do not believe you lawfully owe this past due amount?
Okay, so like I said, I would have rather done this with legal representation, but with that being said, even though it wasn't the manager, property manager, and I was told that, I see where it's coming from. It wasn't the manager herself saying that.
You spoke, who did you speak to?
Yeah, it was Ann.
You
It
spoke
was,
to Ann when?
I spoke to Ann, it would have been,
At the end of May.
I'm talking about when I called her after my accident. It was a week
Yeah,
after
he's the
my
only
accident.
one who's sworn in, so he's the only one who can talk right now. You'll get a chance next. You spoke to Ann,
It was after my accident. I believe my accident was sometime in June, July.
okay, so this was before your court date?
Yes, way before, this is before rent was even due. I called her 3 days ahead of time and let them know that I was out of work. I was in a bad accident. And that I wasn't gonna be able to pay rent on time, but I would pay it the following week. And I did. And I told her whatever late fees incurred on the rent, I would pay. I had no problem with that. I understood the circumstances, whatever, and I paid.
Okay, so slow down. So you contacted them, let them know you were in a bad accident. You spoke to Ann. You said that you were gonna be 1 week late on your rent.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you paid 1 week late.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you're saying that Ann told you that not to worry about it?
Yes, so when we first got,
Your Honor, just for the record, I am going to object. That's hearsay evidence.
Okay, I'm going to overrule the objection because you brought somebody who was not Ann. And she knows that she didn't speak to them. She knew it was Ann. So I'm not gonna hold that on him. I'm gonna hold it on you. You can keep going. And he's offering that, he's trying to tell me why he did what he did anyways, which is why he paid late.
so when I paid late and all of that, I was at work. I was back at work. My wife called me and she said that we had an eviction notice in the mailbox still. She went up to the office.
What day was that?
That's like 2 days after, so like a Friday.
I need 2 days after what? 2 days
So-
after you talk to Ann?
No, a few days after I paid the rent. So it'd been the 13th when I paid the rent. It'd been a few days after I paid the rent. I still got,
Okay, so you paid the
notice.
13th, your rent's due on what day?
It's due on the 1st. There's a 5-day grace period. And
Okay.
then I told them I wasn't gonna be able to pay until the 13th. And I was told, okay, we can work something out. I told them I didn't have no problem paying late fees or anything. I understood that that was my fault. I should have had money stacked up beforehand. But I
Okay,
didn't.
so you got a eviction notice about the 15th.
Yeah, and
Okay.
when I got the eviction notice, that's when my wife went up there trying to figure out what was going on. And then they told us that it was automated messages, that it just automatically sends out. They can't stop it from sending out.
An
That
eviction notice?
Yes.
Okay,
they said that once it goes into the system, they're automatically filed, this and that we didn't have to worry about it, which we did not worry about it. And then the day of the court date, of the last court date, we got a call saying that it was dismissed. Or I called up trying to figure out where the court date was, like the courthouse, and they told me that my case was dismissed. I did not have to show up, so I did not. I went to work. And
they called you until you didn't have to show up.
when I called, they said that our court case was dismissed. I no longer had to show up, so I did not show up, and I assumed that everything was taken care of. I paid my rent, and then I started incurring these legal fees, and every time, my problem is that even if I pay these legal fees now, on top of my rent, I'm gonna be stuck in this reoccurring loop that they've had me in. I've been in this loop, and I'm
Okay,
trying to get out.
So you paid your rent, it looks like on the 13th,
Yes.
is what you're saying?
Yes.
And I continue to pay my
Okay,
rent.
it does say that the rent was paid on the 13th, and then late fees of $220, sorry, not late fee, legal fees of $220.58 was, put on your account on the 24th.
Which I wasn't aware about until the next time I had got rent and paid rent. And then I went on my online portal and it said that we were still behind, and I was confused. And so I sent them a message and told them that they couldn't, I sent them an email and let them know they couldn't charge me for a court case that we never went to, that was dismissed, that I was told that wasn't, not to worry about. I'm
Okay.
a single income household right now. I'm trying to get back to work myself. I own a company, and they're trying to fork money out that I just don't have.
Okay, I understand that. What you're telling me now is argument, but I'm trying to get to the facts. Okay, so you got the 220 and then they attached a late fee because of the 220.
It's still till this
Yeah.
day.
Okay, and then the next month you're saying you paid your rent.
Yes, up until August, I paid my rent. In August, when I paid my rent, after that, they sent me a message saying that I wasn't paid up, which I didn't understand because I had paid my $995 rent. And they told me, oh, well, you still owe $400 and something. And I told them that the legal fees that they were trying to talk about, and
Okay, let me slow you down. I see there's a $995 payment on the 3rd of July. And the only balance that would leave it would be the $220.58, which is what I guess it came from the legal fees. And then there was a $50 late charge. It brought it to $270, and then a $25 late charge. I don't know why there's 2 late charges in 1 month, to bring it to $295.58.
when I look at this total right here, it says $484. It just keeps going up. My rent is $900.
Okay, let me see what's going on here. A utility package, rent charge, and then it looks like in August, there was another legal fee. Did you get served with another eviction in August?
No, not in August. I paid my rent. And I have all the money,
Okay, 1 second, sir. Okay, when was this one filed? This one? August 15th. Okay, so this one was filed August 15th. $50. Is the late fee $75? Is that what it is?
I think, are there two late fees? One for 50 and one for 25.
And that's per your lease, sir, correct?
yes, ma'am.
You paid your September rent? You did not pay September rent? And why was that?
Because when I last paid my rent in August, I was confused on why there was still money missing from my thing, and they said I was behind on rent now.
So you withheld the rent because of,
And no, that, and also we had a fire in our house that still hasn't been repaired.
when was there a fire?
At the end of August.
Yeah, like I have
Sir, I'm asking you, when's, because she's not under oath at this time.
sorry, at the end of August,
You had a fire?
yes, there was
How?
actual electrical fire in my daughter's room.
So you have damage to the property.
Yes, there's a hole that they put the fire department put the wall into. They never came and changed our AC unit, which we were the one where this fire started, but they changed everybody else's. I'm dealing with a whole bunch of stuff. Like we were originally downstairs and our apartment flooded. We've had to come upstairs. Like I've had
When did you move upstairs?
in April
Of this year?
Yes.
So you were downstairs in a basement apartment or?
Yeah, I was in an apartment at the first floor, at the level, like the floor level, and it flooded. Like I had to come home from work. I lost my
How did
job.
it flood?
The wall foundation on the side of the wall is completely torn. Like it's completely
It flooded from outside or?
yeah, from the
or-
outside in. It leaks from the ground out.
Oh,
into the
well,
wall.
okay, now we're talking about some stuff that should have
I
been
didn't
talked
know.
about in the beginning.
I didn't want to bring all that
Some
up. I'm not
conditions
trying
of property.
Yeah, it's not even up to code yet. They don't even have their license has been revoked. I
You don't
have
have a rental certificate?
No.
I have everything screenshotted.
Is there a valid rental certificate?
I have no idea.
That's
First-
I'm gonna look it up, so you better tell me the truth.
Is there a rental certificate that you, my client thinks there is, Judge.
It says status on hold. I have a screenshot right here. That was expires 10/1/2027, but they put it on hold because when we had our fire, code enforcement came out and said that it was not up to code. He didn't want to have to red tag it, so he did
Give me
it
the address.
to West Homes. There's no heat in the apartment. It's about to be winter.
There's no heat?
No, we have
Since when?
we have spatial heaters that they gave us. They asked me.
Why do you don't have heat?
It won't work.
It won't work. I don't want to keep. I've already been screwed once last
Okay,
year.
stop talking. There's no heat?
No,
This is the first I'm hearing of
It's a
any of
boiler.
this.
Excuse me?
That is the whole building is a boiler.
that we had no control.
There's a boiler issue?
No, they need to be turning on.
Why didn't you turn the boiler on?
I think that should be, I don't know.
You think it should be what?
I don't know when it's gonna be on.
It should have been on by the 15th of September.
It was shut off early last year. It was still frosting early last year.
It's supposed to be 30 degrees tonight. You have some pictures of the conditions of property you want to share?
There's the hole in the wall that
That's it.
that the fire department put in. That's the AC unit that they never changed. It's still in my daughter's room. Code enforcement told me not to turn the breaker on. They tried to turn the breaker on the same day he left. I turned it back off. He told me not to turn it back on until I got a letter from code enforcement saying that it was okay to turn that breaker back on. So my breaker has been off to my AC all summer since, and it's been hot. So I couldn't even use my AC. We're not horrible tenants. We do what we're supposed to do. Like,
Give me just a moment, sir. First of all, the rental certificate expired in 2024, and this one is on hold. There's no valid rental certificate. Case is dismissed.
thank you, Your Honor.
And they're not responsible for late fees. You don't have a valid rental certificate. MLK Flags versus Latanya Burnett, 25-053667, appearance please.
Christopher Asphalt on behalf of the plaintiff.
What's your name now? Okay, today was the date that was scheduled for hearing. This is for non-payment of rent. Did you all come to a resolution?
No, I was going to sign this until I just heard you talk, ma'am. My rent was paid off from last month, is why I was supposed to be here. And now they trying to assess me second time legal fees again, when I haven't got a new eviction. My rent was paid off from the last time I seen you, like you told me to do. And there was a fire also in my apartment.
Do you live
And
in the
there's
same-
mold in my
you
apartment.
live in the same unit?
Nope, I live at the one on, they call MLK Flats, right next to Dorchester, 4612. And my doctor also has,
You have mold?
Yep,
You notified them that you have mold?
yep, he claimed they're gonna give me a dehumidifier. I talked to him today. I live on the
Who's
lower
they?
level. Martell, he's out there.
Who's Martel?
He's
He's the
right
property
there.
manager.
Oh, it's a different property manager. It's a different property, okay.
And the window they were supposed to fix that the fire caused, the fire marshal.
You had a fire in yours, it's a different property? You had a fire in yours too?
Yeah,
Why?
cause the windows broke and the water leaked down and it set the cord on
Oh,
fire.
electrical fire.
And me and my
When was
service,
this?
this happened in a month or so ago. The fire marshal came out at like 2 something in the morning, and me and my service animal was there. The fire started under my bed.
Who are these owners of properties that think this is acceptable?
Sometime,
Who? Who? All of these things, all these conditions your client are aware of?
yeah, they own them.
Judge, I'm sorry, but this is the first I've heard anything about any of this, so I haven't discussed it at all.
Can you call your witness, please?
Martell knows about it.
Martel, what's your full name?
Martell Williams.
Take a look here. Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give us the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
I swear.
Please have a seat.
Your Honor, I mean, are you proceeding with this case?
She said she wants to hear it.
Does not
She
want
said-
to do the consent
Yes,
judgment.
she says she doesn't want to do it.
Right, well, then I guess we need to get a trial date now
She
that I
didn't-
know what
She didn't
her,
ask for a trial date.
well,
This
she's not
today's the
gonna,
date for a hearing. I have a question for Martel. You can question him, but I got questions now. And I'm looking up to see if there's a valid rental certificate. You can have a seat, ma'am. You can question your witness.
are you, can you please state your name for the record?
Yes, Martell Williams,
And can you spell that, please?
MartelWilliams, WILLIAMS.
Okay. All right, are you familiar with the tenant known as LaTanya Burnett?
Oh, yeah.
And are you familiar with her ledger?
I guess to the best of my knowledge.
Right. Are you familiar with the books and record keeping procedures of MLK Flats?
Yes.
All right. And is there, according to her ledger, is there rent to retain in the amount of $589?
I don't understand the question. Rent to retain.
Is there currently unpaid rent on the ledger showing
Yes.
$589?
I think it's more than 580. I think it's like 7 something. It's this.
Well, yeah. That does not include court costs. It's only rent to retain. So is there rent to retain?
Was that a question?
Yes. Is there rent to retain, not including court costs, in the amount of $589?
Yes, I believe so. There, it's not paid this month.
Is there court costs been assessed to the account in the amount of $181.25?
Yes.
And so is the total amount due and owing at this time $770.25?
Yes.
I have no further questions, Judge.
But you said her rent is how much a month?
The total amount, Your Honor?
I'm asking him, how much her rent per month?
Rent is $600 and then $265.
600 and then her utilities are included for 65 and her pass.
So it's
She,
$665.
so she didn't pay for the month of October, is what you're saying? She didn't pay for the month of October, is what you're saying? Okay, but she paid September?
Correct.
Okay. She appeared, I believe, in September and said her rent was paid. Why wasn't the case dismissed?
Because at the date of today's court hearing, there was October's rent was due and owing.
Well, this wasn't set for October, a court date at the time. We set it for September court date.
I think under the court rules, Judge, that in that situation, the case does not need to be dismissed. We have to come back to court, and if it's paid at that time, then the case would be dismissed. But if there's currently rent due and owing on today's date.
No, she appeared in September. She said she had paid her September rent. He said she did pay her September rent. Well, I want to know why wasn't the case dismissed in September?
I don't think when we appeared in September, I do not think that the rent was paid in full.
You have a ledger.
I do. Before I give it to the court, just wanted to look.
And you
You can tell me what-
more late fees.
What day did she pay her rent in September?
September 30th, she paid her rent and got it down to 0, but that was not the day of the court hearing.
Oh, she paid it September 30th.
Yes.
With credit. and you assess me late fees again for this month after I
Okay.
just
Right.
paid y'all
So-
legal
So when
fees.
she appeared on September 10th and said she had paid her rent, that was not true, is what you're saying?
Yes, on September 10, she had a balance.
And her balance was what in September 10th?
$776.04.
Okay,
No, it wasn't.
okay. Don't speak out in turn. You'll get a turn to speak. It's not when he's speaking,
I
okay?
apologize.
Okay. Any other questions for your witness?
No, Judge.
Okay. You have questions for him?
Martel, are you aware that, my rent was paid up until, can I see that? Are you, can you agree that my rent was paid up to actually I only owed y'all a balance of $416 and y'all tacked on a legal fee of $185 plus $75,
Your Honor, I'm going to
which
object.
brought my rent back
Confusing.
up.
Yeah, and I'm not
Restate
sure I
the
understand the question. You're asking if your rent was paid when, ma'am?
In September, when I came to court,
September, you came to court September 10th.
they added on August.
You're asking if is he aware that your rent was paid September 10th?
Yes, wasn't my rent paid up and y'all took out?
One question at a time, so you can't ask a compound question. So ask the first half. Is he aware that your rent was paid September 10th? Is that what you're asking?
Are you aware that I pay a big portion of my rent September 10th?
Oh. Just so I understand the question, you're asking
Do you need to
As
see
a
a copy of the
portion.
ledger?
a portion of your rent was paid on the tenth?
Yeah.
You're not asking if it was paid in full, you're
Right,
asking if it was
right.
paid a portion.
Right.
Based on this, we have a payment of $185 on September 12th, which left you a balance of $591.04.
And,
You paid $185.
and at that time was some fees taken out of the rent, which brought my balance up or down.
I'm going to object. I don't understand the question.
Can you rephrase the question so that it could be
Because
understood?
of legal fees and late costs, when I pay my rent was my money for my rent went towards legal fees and late fees for rent.
It goes to the balance, so you have a balance.
And the balance doesn't include, it includes late fees and legal fees. Legal fees and late fees come first though,
Is that a
right?
question? Okay.
No. You have a balance. And there's rent that is collected, and then the fees go on top of the balance.
But when I look on my ledger, I see that y'all took out that first and it left me a balance on my rent. It's on the ledger.
It's a running balance.
It's
So
a-
there's nothing comes out first, it's a running balance. I guess I'm confused on,
Me too.
I'm confused on your question, not. So. if you-
What are you trying to figure out, ma'am?
Because when I pay my rent, they keep tacking on these court legal fees and these late fees.
Are you paying late?
Yes, I do, ma'am, because I get paid once a week. And I talked to the lady in the office and she told me I didn't have a problem. They didn't have a problem with me paying my rent weekly because I let them know I cannot pay my rent on the first of the month.
So you make a weekly payment.
Yes, ma'am.
How much are you paying weekly?
$185 because I already add in the $75 that I know they're gonna already charge me for late fees.
Okay. Okay, what other questions do you have for this witness?
Have I paid my rent every month before the next month?
I would have looked through the ledger, you have a running balance on. So.
The ledger stands for itself. She owes a little bit more than October's rent. So
Good question.
she's paid good.
Are you asking him a question?
I'm just trying to clarify what her question is to answer.
Okay, that's what I want to know, if you're asking the question for it. Is that your question, ma'am?
No, it's not. I don't know what you're talking about. My rent be paid every month.
I can review the ledger and figure that out myself. You
Yes,
can move
ma'am.
on to another question.
Only thing that, the reason why my rent is constantly going up is due to y'all legal fees.
Okay, that's argument. That's not what we're here for right now. You can do the argument later. You have any other questions for him?
No, ma'am.
Are you aware that
Yes,
she
I
had
do.
mold in her unit?
She has specified that there was mold in her unit, and she did a maintenance request at the time, and we cleared the mold at that time.
Okay, she's alleging that the mold is not cleared and that you told her you would get her a humidifier. Is that accurate?
Yes, she literally said something to me while I was here today,
Okay, so
outside, about there being more mold in her unit, and that there's a leak in her ceiling that she just literally said 30 minutes ago.
when was the mold issue reported to you?
I would have to look in the system.
Okay, do you know when it was treated?
Again, I'll have to look in the system.
Do you know how it was treated?
They use kills usually, and they, usually just kills and bleach.
You're just speculating what they usually use, so you don't know what, you weren't there when they treated.
No, I wasn't there.
Okay, it was a maintenance man that
Yeah.
treated or a company?
No, it was a maintenance man.
Okay, was this like a month or two ago or longer?
It was about a month ago.
Okay, and then, what about a fire? You're aware she had a fire in her unit?
Yeah, so we got an inspection from a fire, the City of Lansing Fire Department, and we went and had because she said there was a leak in her window. We had a window replacement person come out to the unit. We couldn't find any leaks. He even sealed around anything where there could be a potential leak. He billed us for it. We gave it to the fire department and they okayed it. So at that time, we fixed the issue as we know it. We tried to reach out to her multiple times. She never replies to any of our messages. She has a Ring doorbell. I pressed her Ring doorbell multiple times to try to get maybe even some more clarification about where the leak might be coming from, because we weren't there at 2 a.m. when the person came.
So someone came to fix it and then there was a fire?
She stated that the fire happened first, and that's when we knew about it.
Oh, the fire happened and then you sent someone
And then
to fix it.
we
Got
sent
it.
someone over there to figure out what's going on, and she said there was a leak. Came around, we even have a bill for the person coming around to inspect the window and kind of figure out what's going on.
Okay.
It wasn't until the last court date where we saw her in person where she was able to tell me that where the actual leak is and had a picture of it, so then I could see it for myself. Then when I went to her unit, someone else answered the door this time and was able to show me. We took pictures. We ordered the window already. It takes about 2 to 3 weeks before we can get a new window. And so that has been ordered and on its way.
So it hasn't been addressed yet. Any other property condition issues?
Yeah, I put in a maintenance request, Your Honor, for that window when I first moved into the apartment. The window's been broke since I moved there, March.
Oh, you moved there in March of this year?
Yep, no,
Okay.
last year.
Last year. Okay.
And the guy, Ricky, who no longer works for them, told me that they were waiting for the window to be replaced. So I'm thinking they already knew that hole was in the window, because when it rained a lot in April of last
Do you
year,
have pictures of this mold?
I have it in my phone, on my shoes.
Did you show that did you share those pictures with
Yes, I
with
did.
them?
Your Honor,
Good.
if the
I
defendant,
showed him my last court case, and I put it in.
For your last court case?
This first time the dad took me to court, I didn't know nothing about them saying I had to go to court or nothing.
So you had a
The
previous
last time I
eviction?
came. No,
So what do you mean you showed him at your last court case?
when I had to come see you the last time.
Oh, your last court date?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
showed them the pictures of the mold?
Yes, ma'am. But I thought he was already finna come fix the window because of the moisture and all of that been coming into
And the
that
mold still
apartment.
hasn't been fixed?
No, ma'am.
Okay. He said he just told you today. She told you at the last court date?
No, she told us about the mold. We sent someone over there last month. At that
Oh,
time.
okay.
That's what I was saying earlier.
And you're saying the mold's not addressed?
It's not done yet, and I've been getting sick.
You have updated pictures since they came out?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Like since they came out to fix it, you took more pictures?
Yes, and I showed it to him today, like it's not
Today.
gone.
So if you're telling me 30 minutes, before, and I just even went over with her how to put in maintenance requests and things like that, so that we don't know that there's more things happening. It's nothing that we can. if you can tell us.
I need the maintenance man here. I don't know how I was even treated, so we're gonna have to continue this. I need the maintenance man here. I need you to bring your pictures, your evidence of the damage in the mold. I think that at this point you've been aware, just sending someone out, assuming that they went and put, what did you call it, weeds, what'd you call it?
It's killed.
Killed, but you don't follow up, that's your responsibility to follow, make sure the mold was taken care of. It's not our responsibility to keep telling you, hey, I still have mold. Just told you a month ago. You have heat?
Yes, ma'am, but I don't turn it on because I've been
Okay,
getting.
I just wanted to make sure you have heat. Okay, we'll continue this so that they can bring their maintenance man. You're gonna bring evidence. Maybe by then this will be resolved. I'm sure they'll get over there and get somebody to figure out why you still have mold after they sent someone there. And then the window's been fixed?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I'm sure that'll be taken care of by then too, but we'll see. Bring pictures and evidence, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
October 22nd at 2.
October 22nd at 2:00. You have any questions for today, ma'am?
No, ma'am.
Okay, we'll get you a notice. You're all set.
Oh my God.
You have got to be kidding me. What is going on today? This is a joke. Jay is an absolute joke. He's an interpreter.
I need an interpreter when I cannot express myself sometimes.
Oh my God, sir, put that cigarette out. I don't give a crap that you are outside of this. What is wrong with everybody today? You know what, Miss Green, we're gonna start bringing people in person. He's gonna learn how to act in a courtroom.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Ma'am? Ma'am? Can you hear it? Okay.
Come and go, so let this feeling. I'm sitting up here, I'm the one that needs a drink.